Hello everyone, welcome to the new course, new subject in first year, first semester workshop. This is Pawan Sai. I'm a teaching assistant in mechanical department. Now we are in the second unit. The second unit is corresponding to the carpentry. Syllabus related to the second unit is introduction, classification of the wood, marking tools, measuring tools, holding tools, cutting tools, and supporting tools used in carpentry, classification of different joints, safety precautions. This is the syllabus related to the second unit. Next one, introduction to carpentry shop. Carpentry is the process of shaping timber using hand tools. The product produced are used in building construction such as doors and windows, furnish manufacturing, patterns for moldings in foundry, etc. Next one. Hence, the term joining is also used in commonly for carpentry. A student studying the fundamentals of woodworking has to know about timber and other carpentry materials, woodworking tools, carpentry operations, and the method of making common types of joints. Next one, timber. Timber is the name given to wood obtained from exogenous, means outward growing trees. In these trees, the growth is outward from the center by adding almost concentric layers of fresh wood every year, known as annual rings. After the full growth, these trees are cut and sawn to convert into the rectangular sections of the various size for engineering purpose. This is nothing but timber. Next one, advantages of timber. What are the advantages of timber? The first one is it is light in weight. It can be easily worked to any size and shapes. It is very easy to work with the tools to give a desired shape and size. One of the most important point is it is stronger than the other materials of construction in use when compared to properties of their weights. Okay. Next one is the structural construction and joints can be easily made. Okay. Some more importance of the timber is it can be used for furnish and other decorative fittings, such as in-house dining tables, sofas, cot, and interior decorating items. Okay. The next one, advantages of timber in point of mechanical. It being non-conductive of heat, it provides combination of strength, durability, lightness, and economy as they compared to the other materials of construction. It is quite suitable for making soundproof construction. That's why in auditoriums and cinema theaters and some other soundproof purpose, we can use wood as one of the material. This is one of the advantages. Okay. The next one is the disadvantages of the timber. It requires careful regular maintenance. That means every 3 years, 4 years, we use some paints. Okay, for proper maintenance purpose. It is suitable to risk of fire also. Okay. It is easily attracted by the insects. That's why easily damage will takes place. And there are many applications for which timber unsuitable due to durability issues. Timber swells and undergoes shrinkage with changing atmospheric humidity. Due to changing of atmospheric conditions, some shrinkage problem will takes place. Okay, next one, usage of timber. The timber is used in so many applications. Okay, as a fuel source, construction material, and paper and pulp. In fuel, as in point of in the point of fuel applications. Okay, in olden days, the wood is used as a fuel for the different fields. Okay, nowadays, the for the constructing of the building, concrete building, for supporting of the slab, those purpose we can use as a timber. But in olden days, the bungalows and all the construction will be takes place by wood itself. Okay. Another uses of the timber is paper and pulp. A wide variety of paper products are used in your daily life. For example, books, magazine, newspaper, and other printed items like brochures, flyers, and marketing materials, as well as copy papers, envelope papers, craft papers. All the items will be prepared by wood pulp. Okay, these are some of the uses of the timber. And another more important use is in automobile sector for a lorry body building purpose. Okay, these are the some of the uses of the timber. The next one characteristics of softwood and hardwood. Coming to the characteristics of softwood and hardwood, in these two woods consist of hardwood, sapwood. The hardwood consists of lower moisture content, lower permeability. Sapwood consists of higher moisture content, higher permeability. Then coming to the difference between the softwood and hardwood. Yeah. Softwood is light in color and white. Hardwood is dark in color and heavy in white. The softwood is easy to work on. Hardwood is very difficult to work. Coming to softwood, it is less durable. Hardwood is high durable. In color point of view, hardwood is a dark in color, softwood is a light in color. Weight point of view, hardwood heavy in weight, softwood light in weight. Density, hardwood is denser, softwood is compared to light in density. Ability of split. Hardwood does not split quickly, softwood gets split quickly. Workability. Hardwood difficult to work, softwood easy to work. Annual rings. In hardwood, close and compact. In softwood, well spaced and distinct. Coming to the tensile and shear resistance, hardwood has a good tensile and shear resistance. Softwood is good tensile shear resistance but weak across the fibers. Okay. Fire catching. In hardwood does not catch fires soon. Softwood catches fire very soon. Coming to the growth point of view, hardwood grows slowly, softwood grows fast. Next one, timber trees of India. In India, most of the timber trees available is teak, mango tree, bubble, walnut, bamboo, mulberry. These are the most commonly used timber in India. The next one, classification of timber. There are two classification of timbers. Exogenous or outward growing, endogenous or inward growing. Exogenous or outward growing means in exogenous trees, the growth takes place from the center by addition of concrete layers of fresh wood every year, known as annual rings. These variety of trees are suitable for building and other engineering usages. Exogenous trees again classified into two types: evergreen trees, broadleaf trees. The evergreen trees gives softwood and broadleaf trees gives hardwood commonly. For example, hardwood are sal, teak, rosewood, sandal, sesame, oak beech, mango, etc. These are the coming as under hardwood. Softwood includes cherry, walnut. These are some of the examples of the softwood. The next one is endogenous or inward growing. This trees grows inward in every fresh layer of sap wood is added inside instead of outward cane. For example, bamboo, coconut. Next one is seasoning of timber. Seasoning of timber is nothing but the process of drying or removing the moisture or sap present in a freshly cut timber under more or less controlled conditions. Freshly cut timber contains a larger humidity of moisture, roughly from 100 to 200%, based upon dry weight of the wood. If the timber is used without seasoning, it is liable to shrink, wrap, and crack. Advantages of seasoning. Wood becomes hard, more durable, resistant to shock and stresses produced. Its workability is improved. Its density is reduced, does not wrap after seasoning. Shrinkage does not occur after seasoning. Difficulty like twisting, some of the problems will be overcome due to the seasoning. Finally, improved ability to polish and painting. That is the one of the advantages of the seasoning. In every house, after finishing of the wood, just we can apply the polishing and paints for better looking purpose. Okay, without seasoning of the wood, that does not get that much appearance after polishing and painting. Okay, that is one of the advantages of the seasoning. Okay, different methods of seasoning. First one, aid seasoning or natural seasoning. Next one, water seasoning. Third one, electrical seasoning. Fourth one, kiln seasoning. The first one, air seasoning. In this method of seasoning, the saw timber is stacked in a dry place about 30 centimeters above floor level, with longitudinal and cross piece arranged one upon another, leaving a space of a few centimeters for free circulation of air. Would fit for carpentry work after 2 years and for painting works after 4 years. The next one is water seasoning. In this method of seasoning, timber consists in keeping log of wood completely immersed in a running stream of water. The longer end of the log being kept pointing upstream. By this process, the sap, sugar and gum, etc. removed from the wood and replaced by the water. The logs are then taken out and left to dry in open space. In this way, the water seasoning will be completed. The next one is electrical seasoning. This method of seasoning works on principle that heat is produced when pure conductor are placed in the field of high frequency. The wooden plank are made to pass through an induction coil, produce high frequency. Due to an induction effect, moisture contained in the wood is directly, quickly removed. This method of drying is employed in plywood manufacturing process. This method is not popular because of prohibitive cost, lack of controlled moisture content, sudden drying, damaged wood fibers. The next one is kiln seasoning. In this type of seasoning, the timber is seasoned under controlled temperature and humidity conditions with proper circulation and ventilation system. The raising temperature should be such that the timber retains the original strength and elastic properties. The required humidity level is maintained to avoid wrapping and cracking. The drying of the timber at uniform rate is well maintained by circulating of hot air by fans, and certain amount of steam is added in order to retain correct humidity. The ventilation is provided to avoid overheating and excessive humidity. Okay, this timber inside the chamber on trolley is kept under controlled conditions for about for night or depending upon the initial water contents and required moisture levels. The quality of wood is inferior as compared to the one of the season by natural season method. Okay, you can understand. The next one is structure of timber tree. The figure shows circular cut section of the timber. In this, we can observe the different circles and different lines. Every line consists of one particular meaning that we will discuss in details in next coming slides. Okay, what is first one? PATH. Okay, it is the innermost center portion of the core of the tree. It is different sizes and shapes with age of the tree. Depending upon the age variation, the size of the pith will be changes. Okay, the pith is a center point that around of the woods are formed like hardwood and sapwood, etc. Okay, the next one is hardwood. The hardwood is a dark in color surrounding the pith is known as hardwood. It is dead portion of the tree and does not take active part in the growth of the tree. The most strongest part of the tree. This is the very strongest part of the tree. Okay. Next one, sapwood. It is a portion between the heart, out, and cambium layer. Okay. It takes active part in the growth of the tree. Sapwood are also known as ambrinum. The next one is cambium layer. It is a thin layer of between sapwood and inner bark. It is a layer which not convert into the sapwood. Next one, inner bark. The layer or skin covering cambium layer is known as inner bark. It is a portion of cambium layer. Next one is middler rings. The thin radial fiber extending from pith to cambium layer is known as middle rings. The function of this ray is hold together the annual rings, hardwood and sapwood. The next one is annual rings. They are circular ring from around the pith. One such a rings is added every year. Annual rings denote the age of the tree. The sap of ring closing the hardwood part, spacing it will extend from the path towards cambium layer. Next one is wood-based products. There are two types of wood-based products: plywood boards. The boards again classified into blackboards, button boards, fiber boards. Next one is plywood. Plywood is nothing but it is made up of three or more layers or odd layers joining together by gluing and pressing. The central layer is called core, the outer layer is base plate, and intermediate layer is crossbar. Okay. Advantages of the plywood is it is very light in weight, easily work and bent into the shapes. It is stronger than solid stocks of same thickness. It gives the decorative items prepared by the plywood gives good appearance. Okay. Next slide. Yeah. These are the figures related to the plywood. Okay. In next slide, fiberboard. Fiberboards is prepared by the agriculture waste material. The material will be prepared some pulp by using this material. The pulp will be dried and pressed into the different shapes depending upon the requirements. Okay, in that way the fiber boards will be prepared. Then next slide we show some of the examples related to the plywood. Yeah, these are some of the applications of the plywood. Okay, in rooftops preparation and drawings, boards. Okay, yeah, in the next slides some another types of plywoods available in market depending upon the shapes and the names will be varied. The next concept is the next one is woodworking hand tools. There are different hand tools used in woodworking process. What are that? First one is measuring and marking tool, holding and supporting tools, cutting tools, planing tools, boring and drilling tools, striking tools, measuring tools. Okay, what is the first one? Measuring and marking tools. Coming to next slide, measuring and marking tools. What is the basic difference between the measuring and marking tool? The main basic difference between the measuring and marking tool is measuring. Measuring means to know the unknown land. For that purpose, we use some devices. Those devices are nothing but measuring tools. Okay. Marking means for cutting the unknown amount of material from the base material. For easily identification purpose, we use some marking tools for highlighting the unknown amount of material. Okay, by using these marking tools, just we highlight that removing part, then we can easily cut that part and remove from the base material. Okay, that is the main difference between the measuring and marking tools. What are the tools used in measuring tools? Holding rule, measuring tape, tri-square, metric square, bevel square. Marking tools, marking knife or scriber, marking gauge, mortise gauge, cutting gauge. Okay, in next slide, what is the first one? Folding rule and measuring steel tape. Okay, these are the measuring tools used for measuring unknown dimensions. Okay, in general, rules are used for measuring the dimension. For measuring and setting out the dimension of various types of rules are used in carpentry shop. Steel rule, stainless steel rule of length 30 cm and 60 cm. Flexible measuring rule for measuring large dimensions as well as curved or angular circle dimensions. Okay. The next one is tri-square. Tri-square. Tri-square is consists of rectangular steel plate fixed rigidly to cast iron stock. The length of the blade varies from 150 mm to 300 mm. The main purpose of the tri-square is to know the right angle of the objectives. That means, for example, we take a rectangular workpiece for all the sides are perpendicular to each other or not. That will be checked by the tri-square. Okay, everyone understand? The next one is square and bevel square. These are used for measuring the angles. For cutting any workpiece with a 45 degrees or 35 degrees or 90 degrees or 180 degrees angles. By using these tools, we can measure those particular angle on the workpiece and easily cut material according to that angle. Okay. Next one, marking knife or scriber. Marking knife are used to convert the pencil lines drawn on the wooden surface into deep scratch lines on the surface. Okay. By using measuring tools, we just draw a line by using the pencil. Okay, those lines will be highlighted by the marking knife. They are made up of steel with a sharp point at one end and a flat blade at the other end. Okay. Next one is marking gauge. What is the purpose of the marking gauge? The purpose of the marking gauge is to use to mark lines parallel to the edge of the wooden piece. It mainly consists of a wooden stem sliding inside a wood stock. Okay. The stem carry a steel point for making lines. The stock position on the stem can be varied and fixed rigidly by tightening the thumb screw. It is mainly used for highlighting the lines at edge ends. The next one is mortise gauge. Mortise gauge is used to draw two parallel lines. Its working is similar to as a marking gauge, but the difference is this is mainly used for developing the parallel lines on the workpiece. The next one is holding and supporting tools. What are the different types of holding and supporting tools? Carpenter bench and bench hook, carpenter vise. Third one is T-clamp, C-clamp, hand shaft. These are the holding and supporting tools. What is the first one? Carpenter bench and bench hook. Okay. The figure shows carpenter bench and bench hook. What is the purpose of the carpenter bench? The purpose of the carpenter bench is to place all the tools required for the operation. Okay. It is a table of rigid construction made of hardwood. About dimensions is 180 centimeters into 120 centimeters into 90 centimeters. In 90 centimeters is the height.